coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Kill. Turn up.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
And the San Diego first down.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. You must be dreaming. Watch out.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Lewis. And his throw here's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And that'll make it 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On 3rd down, Lewis. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
That's complete to Jake Butt. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Let's go,
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense off the offense, now it's their turn to take it downfield.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Open man here is Pro. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Yellow, on the line. We ain't giving them nothing today.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now Lewis. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. And when he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
6'6", bullet high.
58, come on.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he'll find Hall. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
To number 16. A gain of 7 yards.
Go now. 18 gainer.
Here we go, dude. Here I come. Shit.
On third down, Henry. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27.
Hard. Hey, high 7. Get it.
Back to throw. Lewis. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
58, right over there.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Buccaneers' 10-yard line.
Check.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
All day, every day.
Go, Jackrabbit. Come on, now.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Set, 8, read. Recon, 132 fighter. 5.
They'll run with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Henry. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Check. Flag down.
Looking to throw. Lewis toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They'll come out in the pistol. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Scott Miller, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
The Bucs take over
Go,
1st and 10
let's go.
at their
Let's
own
go.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
You go take.
On second down, Michelle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check, 55. Yo, go. 55 to Mike. Charlie. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here we go, fourth down, Mahomes. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Check, race don't travel.
From the 44, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Easy. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. hey, check 24. Attack. Check 3. Attack. Echo. Check 5. Watch it, 5. Here we go.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Mahomes firing complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's coming, double up. Hey, Ripley.
On second down, Michel. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
36.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Flush to his right. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a second down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Mahomes now to throw. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Sony Michel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, wahoo! Switch it. Rock it. Hey, Jet. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Go. 18 Gator. Check. 59.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. They're standing by as Jonathan Coachman, ready with REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Quit talking to girls. 15. 51's the mic. 51's the Ripley. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Hey.
They start the second half with Michel on the ground. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
15.
Again, it's Michel. He takes us from the 30 to the 34. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Eluding the pressure right. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Hey, 43, 15.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right, and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 57.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
15. Check 55 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I can't believe they let you play.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Target.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2.
43!
Mahomes going to throw. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Lewis. Operating from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
51's the mic. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Watch the motion. Watch the motion.
Hey, 57.
51's the mic, boys. 51.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And it's Michel once again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
It's going to be a long day. Patrick.
Hey, 43. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
At the 21-yard line.
And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 5-5.
Yellow.
5-5. 3 buzz. Mike 55.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The kick by Lambeau is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, it's Henry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And touchdown. A great play there. 76 yards as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer.
16.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On the ground is Michel, and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Michel. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run with Davis. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Big grip, big grip.
On the carry, it's Davis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
He's got Burton here. This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Michelle. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go, set, 30 base.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Look at me, zipper. Hey, orbit. Mike 51. I got it. Go. Mike 51. Bravo. Blue down. Ready.
Now Stidham on 2nd down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Sony Michel. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Hey, seam 6.
Mike 55. Check 55, Mike.
Here we go.
55's Mike, guys, 55.
Y'all not ready.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, box truck. Now.
On 3rd down, Stidham. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
SOS. Check.
They'll run it. This is Michelle. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Michelle trucks through it.
Oh, man, right through it.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
General West.
They'll run with Michelle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a fourth and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
We got this. First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Mike, check.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there. 53 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Lewis going to throw on 3rd and goal. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this